Hi everybody, this is Roxy, and I just wanted to show I did some cards yesterday. I bought these baby stickers at Dollar Tree, and I didn't have any baby paper, so I thought I'd just make some plaid paper. And I just used some Nina white 110 pound paper and my Copic markers. And I actually kind of wanted boy-girl kind of paper, so first I picked out the colors and just kind of some pretty pastels. And then while I was doing it, I realized it actually went really well with the stickers. I think it would go with any baby, but especially there's even a plaid in there. But anyway, so all I did was I just Googled plaid just to get kind of an idea of how to draw your thick and thin lines. And it's basically, plaid is, can be, you could do like a window pane plaid, like with the window pane check of one color and then another one of a different color, and it turns into a plaid. But basically you just want like one or two solid or thick colors going this way and one or two going this way, and then fill in between with thin lines. This one I just did one going each way, the thick color. This one I did two different colors going horizontally and then one going vertically. And then what happens is you get all these other extra colors from the colors converging. So first I'll just show. These I did when I was die cutting the scallop circle. I laid a piece of white cardstock over the plaid. I cut out the plaid first with a frame die from Lawn Fawn, and then I just put a piece of white over that, cut out the scallop, so it would cut both the white and the plaid, and then I could fit it in. So that's just kind of a one layer, but that's beyond what the plaid is. So here's the cards. And on some of them, I was having trouble with the tape runner, and some glue got kind of all over, so I had to cover that up. I had to cover a little smudge here, so I just made the bubbles look like water under the duck. And I had to cover a little smudgy thing up here. So I just added enamel dots to some. Like this one had a little tiny smudge here. It was kind of getting messy. So I just made it look like the elephant was blowing bubbles with these little clear enamel dots. So on to I posted this on Facebook, and a lot of people asked to see how to do it. So I will show that now. So I think I'm first going to, I've got another project going on using this paper from Echo Park. So I kind of want to pick up some of these colors, these earthy colors, outdoorsy colors. So this time I picked my colors first. So I've got all these Copics, just different variations of, like, it's kind of nice to have a light and dark of a couple of the colors. So I've got a kind of a light and dark, it's pawn and mahogany. And then I have one dark and a medium and a light of some greens. And then one brown and one blue. So I'm just going to kind of see how these colors work together. But it's super, super simple and pretty fun. So for the thick line, for the thin and the thick line, I used the chisel point. I think it'd be really cool if you could get like a bigger chisel point on, some marker. So for the thick line, and then you just want to kind of, go as straight as possible. Make sure it's all flat. You try not to stop like I was there. See how it gets, okay. And just Give yourself some space. The faster you go, the better. At least that's what I found. And try to give the same amount of space. Okay. Then I think I'm going to do a brown, thin one, and that's going to be the tip of the chisel. See? Oops. Oops. It's hard to stay straight, but once you get these done and cut out, like, you can't really see how crooked things are. You know what I mean? Like, look at here, that's crooked, but it doesn't matter because it gives it that kind of whimsical handmade look. So the more wobbly, almost the better. Or the more imperfect. I could put another brown line in, but I think I'm going to do a red, maybe the lightest red next to that. And then I'm going to turn it and do blue. You don't want to push on your nib too hard. You kind of want to just glide it smoothly across, or lightly. The harder you push, the slower it's going to go. And oops. Now here I might put another one in, I think. Maybe a dark green. Probably should have been the red, but oh well. Alright, then we're going to turn it and do the blue. I kind of like to start from the bottom. And I'm just doing this as a practice to get some colors down and get the plaid down and see how I like it. Otherwise, I just used 8.5 by 11. And then what you can do is go to Kinko's or Office Depot or Office Max or Staples and have them bring your own paper, bring your own 110-pound paper, and they will make a color copy of your paper. You know, and I was thinking, like, for 10 sheets of paper, I think it was 40 cents for a color copy. I did some, had them print out some photos for me because I don't want to use all my color photos or color ink here. And it's only 40 cents, so you can get 10 of your own original papers for 40 cents or for $4, basically. So I think the red is gonna change the look of it a lot. So we'll try another red here. Nothing is wrong. However, it can't be too bad. Yeah, that's a nice dark red. And then try to start off the I'm missing that. I think I'm going to do 2 lines. And just make sure your surface is nice and flat and clean. Yesterday I was doing this and I had a couple little pieces of glue on my mat, you know, that had dried, and I kept bumping it. I like this. And you kind of get dizzy when you get a lot of lines on here. But it's cool because it really, I mean, you could do so many different variations of using the same colors and just get totally different feels and looks to it. And granted, it's easy to do this narrow strip, but it's just as easy to do an 8.5 by 11. So that's, I think this is, I like this. Let's see, this was a little too wide here, but it's fine. Like I said, once you get it cut out, you get your card or project done, you're not even going to notice it. So there, that's as easy as it is to do plaid. I'm also going to do a hand-stamped, make my own hand-stamped paper. So I hope you give it a try. It's super simple, and I think the results are really well worth it. I think they really turned out pretty. And especially because you're just using what you've got here. I knew I didn't have any baby paper and I didn't want to go out and buy some. Like I could take some cute little hearts and like little maybe hearts and stars and different stamps that I have and just use some paler colors or even distress watercolor distress markers and make my own stamped paper too to coordinate with this. And that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make some plaids and then I'm going to stamp some stuff out and I will show that in my next video. Thanks for watching. Hope you give it a try. Bye.
I'm begging you to believe when I say